exiting Irwindale. He's gonna head south, Jim. From right here, he's turning, exiting off the freeway. 10-4? Yeah, still, yeah, he's actually gonna be entering, Covina here shortly. The information that we gathered over the police scanner as this pursuit went on was that this suspect was considered armed and dangerous. But what is unclear is whether that was the reason that the Azusa Police Department tried to pull him over. It also may affect whether or not they attempt a pit maneuver at any point. To go back to the car, those windows are very tinted, so it's been difficult for us to get a good look at how many people may be inside. This is a pursuit that started in the Azusa area. It was the Azusa Police Department that was in pursuit.
Well, I can tell you Sky 2 is still quite a few miles away. You can see off in the distance there, it's going to be Azusa PD that's in pursuit of that vehicle. Only thing we understand right now is that it's a white Cobalt. It was on the freeways earlier on. We're going to get you some street names just as soon as I know those street names. Azusa PD, though, definitely in pursuit. That vehicle moving extremely fast. I can tell you that. Very, very reckless driving, and it has been going on for quite some time. California Highway Patrol, they were involved, but once it got off the freeway and made its way onto the streets out here, they gave it back to the Azusa PD. Helicopter above, that's going to be the Sheriff's Department. They're assisting right now, working with the Azusa PD. We're just south of the 210 freeway, crossing through Irwindale, and again, this is Azusa PD, westbound on Arrow Highway, approaching Irwindale Avenue. He may, in fact, head back over to the 210 freeway. Sure enough, making a right turn northbound. He's going to hold up here by the 210. Yeah. What? I'm ready to go if you want to take it.
He makes his way through a residential area here. I'll get you the streets here. This is going to be Gladstone yet again with a cross of Rockvale Avenue. Yeah, this is going to be Gladstone. Yeah, but back into a residential area, and whenever a pursuit comes through a residential area, just based off of our previous experience with pursuits, a lot of suspects tend to return to a residential area that is familiar to them. And there's a couple reasons why they do that. One reason is that they hope they can lose the police if the suspect is in fact more familiar with this area than they are.
We first picked it up on the northbound 605, excess of 100 miles an hour, working its way up to the 210, and then now coming out through the area here.
Join that 210 freeway if that's something he chooses to do, but for now he is continuing, going to be merging onto Foothill Boulevard here, which is of course a street that a lot of people will be familiar with.
Making his way a little bit closer to the 210 freeway once again as he zigzags his way through Azusa. Not a lot of traffic to contend with over here this time of the night. On a Friday night you expect maybe a little more, but not a lot of foot traffic either, so he's kind of got the road to himself as he makes his way through these residential neighborhoods. It's just a matter of maybe helping that he establishes some kind of a pattern, and eventually they can set up for that spike strip. In the meantime, he's just doing too fast. He's going too fast for a pit maneuver.
Yeah, so he's actually on a smaller street now, but it basically runs parallel to Foothill rather. This is 9th Street. He's headed westbound now on 9th Street. It's a smaller little street, but he's slowed down significantly, so this is really interesting that he's slowing down so much. It's Dalton with a cross of 9th Street. He's on 9th right now. You see what the officers are doing there. They're getting ready to perform a high-risk traffic stop, which is why you see them opening their door there, because this is the slowest we have seen this guy go. This could possibly be the end of it, and if in fact we do see him stop, we'll widen out the shot just a touch until we feel comfortable about what is going on. But he definitely does appear to be coming to a stop here on 9th Street, just west of Dalton. That's a really great question, Colleen, but I actually haven't heard them mention whether or not they have deployed any. But that would be a great explanation as to why he may have slowed down, but I can't confirm that in fact he has hit one. You see, though, he has come to a complete stop here. 9th Street with a cross of Alameda. You see all of the officers getting into place, using their vehicles for protection, because as you mentioned, this is an armed and dangerous suspect. That adds a whole nother level of danger to this pursuit termination.
Orders are being given on what they should do. The hand using the outside doorknob, that's usually what they say, especially if this person possibly armed and dangerous.
Door's opening.
So they want to make sure they see those hands, and the door is definitely opening.
Yeah, there we go. Stu, it's almost like they pushed the door open because they're keeping both of their arms up. So he kicked the door open to make sure the officer saw both of his arms.
I'm sure that suspect seeing the number of weapons trained on him right now, and I'm sure he's going to do everything that those officers are telling him to. And keeping your hands where they can see him, that seems to be the big item. It was interesting right there. It looked like they were telling him maybe it looked like he's reaching for that other door. This is something a little different. Azusa PD maybe telling him to open up that other door. Possibly there might be some suspects in the back, or they just want to make sure because of the tinted windows. Right now, though, the command's probably being given. They're going to take him into custody, then the passenger that we see with the hands out. But is there somebody in the back seat? That one, they're going to have to. We'll wait and see, just along with Azusa PD.
Okay, well, we're not going to call this a code 4 yet, right? Because that other passenger is not out of the vehicle yet.
It's not over till it's over, and everybody has their cuffs. Everybody has cuffs on, and they're in custody. Sometimes the passengers, they might actually just let them go. They'll probably take them to the police station if there's no reason to hold them. The driver is the one that they usually is going to be the suspect that probably will have some charges pressed against him.
I don't know why this person hasn't come out yet.
Okay, so this person is now crawling over the center console. The car is in drive. Yeah. So I hope this person isn't doing what it looks like here. If he decides to continue this pursuit, that would be the worst case scenario. It looks like he's maybe making an attempt turning the car off. I hope he comes out the driver's side of the vehicle. For some reason, he couldn't come out the passenger side for whatever reason, but it does look like he's trying to exit the vehicle here. That was scary for a second. It looks like he may have inadvertently, or he or she may have inadvertently put the car back in drive. So yeah, it's a female passenger now coming out the driver's side, stepping backwards, following orders here with her hands up in the air, and thankfully that car is back in park. Yeah, it does look like she's barefoot. Yeah, is that what you said?
Yeah, it looks like she's barefoot, and she was just
I think you're right there.
With the rear door or something. She just touched the car.
She's lucky it didn't go into reverse.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, she could have. That could have ended really badly.
When you send a car hurtling toward armed police officers, bad things can happen.
Yeah.
That didn't happen in this case. She was able to keep it in park or put it in park.
Certainly appears that this was just a wild joyride through Azusa. Like we said, it all started in the same general vicinity before they took it onto the freeway, amped things up again. At one point, speeds up to over 100 miles per hour on the 605, and then making their way back in the same neighborhood. So really no clear indication of a motive in this situation. Of course, law enforcement has more information than we do.
Oh, poor baby. That child is on the other side of the tree, Jim. Oh, there's another child? There's two kids. Yeah, they're just on the other side of this tree. Okay, here, I got them. No worries. They're moving them.